This is my post on values, faith, and beliefs of leadership. So as a yoga instructor, I believe that leaders are developed, and it's a long development process within the yoga community. Yoga is traditionally passed from teacher to student in a long lineage, going back thousands of years. And it takes one a lifetime to become a leader within the yoga community. It is a practice that is personal. Teachers that are considered master teachers or acharyas within yoga have had a personal daily practice that lasts perhaps for hours every day for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to 70 years from my experience of learning about these great acharyas. And their teachings come directly from their own personal practice. So we learn from texts, we learn philosophies, we learn postures and poses, but it's only from our own personal daily practice that the wisdom needed to be a leader in the yoga tradition rises. Qualities that make an effective leader is that long time personal practice, a lifetime of learning, flexibility of mind, the ability to hit a wall and realize that you've hit a wall and gather yourself up and figure it out, the ability to empower others. David Hawk in our textbook talks about how leadership within sports has to do with empowering others, and it's about personal development rather than winning. Well, that's definitely true in the yoga world. Impact of my own personal values, faith, and beliefs on my role as a yoga teacher or a leader and mentor. It has everything to do with my practice, with why I teach, with how I mentor others. Yoga is a philosophy. It's a psycho-spiritual practice that happens to have physical components to it, which is largely what's focused on here in the West. But within the contemplative traditions of South Asia, yoga is a spiritual practice within the contemplative traditions of Jainism, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Now, it's not a religion on its own, and it's useful in many ways. Psychology has taken a hold of yoga, and we see things such as flow psychology. We see psychologists doing studies on yogis, measuring their brain waves, measuring their heart rates, and certainly a lot of the yoga practices have been taken away from their spiritual practices. But as a leader within the field, even if you're not offering that out to your students, that's where your own personal practice should be informed from. Because if you don't have an understanding of the basic tenets, then it's just a gymnastics class. And why not just teach gymnastics? Those qualities in real life are people that know how to listen. Leaders within the yoga realm need to be able to be a mirror to their students so that the students can see themselves in the teacher, and that they can see the path to becoming an acharya or a master yoga teacher is something that is in them as well and within their own reach. There's a sense of equanimity that's needed by yoga teachers, this sense of not being upset constantly by life's blows. Sure, there are hard times and there is stress, but in the manner that we deal with those when they come to us, there's a sense of evenness about it, so that we can come from a place of contemplated action, and they call it skillful means within the Buddhist tradition, a willingness to constantly lift others up, and a willingness to be a mentor to students that you truly want to empower to be a better teacher than you are, and to go further than you have gone in your practice and in your leadership skills. Is a high honor for a yoga teacher to be able to engender that. Again, lifelong learning and seva or service are huge topics within the yoga community. As teachers, that's what we are. We're servants. We're here uplifting others as they learn. And what are they learning? They are learning what they're capable of, and expanding upon what's already within their own toolkit. So we're not giving them anything that they don't already have. We're just holding up the mirror and saying, look what you can do. This is amazing. And then I also want to talk a little bit about bliss and joy within the yoga tradition. And so in the yoga tradition, there is a sense that our true nature is bliss and joy. And it's all of these learned behaviors and patterns that are crowding that out. And so it's just giving people a glimpse of that joy and that bliss that's already inherent to who they are, whatever their belief structure is. That's what I have to say about that tonight, and how it translates into administrative roles or roles of drawing up curriculum is a really interesting topic as well. Blending the Eastern tradition of yoga with Western academic settings, with Western belief structures around competition, and even the very basic ideas of, in yoga, we are slowing our hearts, whereas in most exercise, we're trying to hit a target heart range, right? So it's a very different practice and philosophy, and so being able to merge these together on an administrative level is an interesting challenge. And I want to explore more of that as we go forward in this class. I look forward to seeing all of your responses. Thanks for listening.